What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mo.J and we are locked in. This is the finale of the 6 episode, 6 day recap of His and Hers on Netflix. And the last thing we seen was Anna went over to the house with Richard, and it looks like Lexy is actually Cat. It looks like she lost some weight and she's actually here to get some kind of revenge. Now, hopefully Anna has that gun on her because this situation looks very, very scary and deadly. Also, we know that Jack, his sister Zoe, RIP. So we need to figure out who did that. Now, before we jump into this and break down this last episode, if you like murder mysteries, dramas, thrillers, then His and Hers on Netflix is probably a show for you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell. Let's get the channel to 60,000 subscribers. And this is the recap for episode 6 of His and Hers on Netflix. We start the episode off with a flashback. Now, it's a house on the lake, and you know people that have houses on the lake have a little bit of money. Now we see younger Cat. She's in here, she's eating Pringles, because once you pop, you can't stop. And she has a skinnier sister by the name of Andrea. Now they're about to go out onto the lake, do some, I guess, rich people stuff, go out on the boat, but the boat doesn't even have a motor. One thing we notice about Cat don't give no F's. She's going to speak her mind, but her sister is telling her, you need to watch what you're eating. You're making bad decisions. So Cat, she doesn't like that at all. As the family is going out to get on the boat with no motor, Cat is upset with her sister, and her sister told her to grab her inhaler. She grabs the inhaler, but what does she do on the way there? She starts using it. She's exhausting all of the medicine that's inside of the inhaler. Now, as they get out in the boat, Andrea starts having an attack, and well, they're looking for the inhaler, and there's no medicine in there. She doesn't make it. Anna's in the house and she started piecing things together and found out that Lexy is actually Cat, so she calls up Jack. Jack is already going through it because his sister Zoe is laying in a bathtub of blood. So while he's making this call, Anna is trying to get her words out. Richard's like, hey, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? He takes the phone and Jack hears that. So now Jack has to speed all the way over to this lake house. Well, before Jack leaves, Priya shows up to the house, and when he comes out, she sees all this blood on his body. So Priya, she sees he's about to get into the car, and Priya, she pulls out the gun. Boston ain't playing around. She telling him, you are under arrest. You can't go anywhere. And he's trying to talk to her. She's calling for backup. I need backup to Detective Jack Harper's house. Well, he ends up getting too close to her, and what does he do? He punches her and knocks her out. She should have shot him one time. Once he took another step closer, you just got to be ready to pull that trigger. Well, Anna and Richard, they start having that conversation. And he's like, what are you doing? Who are you calling? She was trying to get Jack up here to help her. Well, they hang up the phone and she looks over to her bag. Richard knows what's in that bag. She goes and grabs it. And I'm talking about firing off shots. Pow, pow, pow. I'm talking about letting them off. Richard's scared as hell. But eventually, she runs out of bullets. Because she does only have this little revolver, and you know that little 6-shooter ain't gonna do nothing but make you mad, especially if it don't hit you. She chases Richard into the back room. Pow, pow, pow. She letting off shots, but then all you hear is click, click, click. Richard turns around and tries to attack her, but she ends up locking him in the back room, putting the lock on, and then putting the latch at the top. But right behind her, Lexy comes with a vase. She comes and she's trying to knock off Anna's head, but Anna ducks up under there. She runs straight into the door. She don't hit nothing. Richard's talking about, get her, babe, get her, babe. Now we got us a cat fight back in the living room, and Catherine is going off. Come sit with us, Catherine. Drink piss, Catherine. Come to the birthday party, Catherine. And she's blaming everything on Anna, but we know Anna wasn't the one behind this. They played Anna also, but Lexy don't want to hear none of that. She done picked up some damn pool balls and she throwing them. If you ever been hit by a pool ball, let me tell you, they aren't tennis balls. These mother effers hurt. But Lexy, she ain't playing around. After Boston gets up from being knocked out, she calls the sheriff. She's like, Sheriff, I'm headed to the house, the lake house, because Jack is there and his sister is gone. Well, the sheriff is saying, well, Duffy said that Helen and Rachel were trying to blackmail Lexy. So now Priya's saying, wait, how did Lexy know Rachel? And then she puts 2 and 2 together. Wait a minute. Lexy is actually Catherine. So now everyone has figured it out. So they're headed over there. The girls, they going at it. They fighting. Anna starting to get the best of her though. It was a back and forth in the beginning, but then Anna started using those moves that she learned from Creed. Boom, boom, boom. She gets her over a table. Boom. Then she throws her over the couch and through a table. They both fall on the ground. They're sitting there breathing. In the background, you can hear Jack. Anna! Anna! Well, Lexy, she sees the gun and she's getting up to go get that gun. The only problem with Lexy getting that gun, the gun is empty. And guess what? Jack comes in and he jumps in front of Anna like he's about to take a bullet. But click, click, click. Boom! And out of nowhere, you see Boston outside. She just shot through the window, got Lexy right in the head. R.I.P. to Lexy. After all of this commotion and all the shenanigans that had went down, they're locking up Richard. But most importantly, Jack and Anna are both sitting there talking to each other and finally having a conversation about what they can do together moving forward, how they can fix whatever went wrong in between them, and just how to right a wrong. Anna breaks down everything that happened. Rachel was the ringleader. Helen knew what was going on. Zoe knew what was going on. And pretty much they were hazing Kat. They were also hazing Anna. Now, they didn't treat Anna that way, but they still didn't treat Anna like she was actually part of the friend group. So with all of this being said, we will eventually get the backstory of what actually happened that night to make Kat really flip out on Anna, because this has just been lingering on for years. Now they're going through their investigation. They're going through the house. They're looking through drawers. They're in Kat's old room. And what do they find? Some of the fingernails from Rachel in a Tic Tac container inside of the drawer. They also found a knife in the house. So they're pinning everything on her, but good thing she was taken out. No one's going to get charged with this. Well, Richard, they're taking him in because he's an accomplice and we don't know what all they're going to hit him with, but probably all of these bodies are going to fall down on him because R.I.P. to Lexy. 1 year later has passed. Anna then went back up to Atlanta. Jack is in that house that they always wanted. They got his niece with him, R.I.P. to Zoe. And guess what? When you taketh, God giveth. And they are having their own little baby. Plus they have the niece. So we got us the happy family. And Anna is back on TV doing her thing. And Jack, well, Jack's a made man. They drive back to go visit Miss Alice. And they're hanging out. And while Anna's in her room, she turns and looks and there's a letter on the dresser. And then when she opens it up, she reads it. It's a letter from her mother. Now remember, her mother has dementia. She's getting sicker. She's not remembering everything. But I guess she wrote this in a moment she could remember things. But when she was writing this, she was just saying that, you know, she really loves her daughter. She wishes that she had the family that she always wanted. And that somebody is always lying. Now, this is where the story starts to take a little spin that wasn't expected, not by me, and I don't think by anybody that actually watched the film without reading the book. See, Miss Alice loved her daughter Anna so much that she started missing her once she went up to Atlanta. Now, a lot of things started going on down here that she wasn't too fond of, specifically with Jack and with all of the other girls around the whole community. Because remember, Miss Alice used to be here cleaning up houses, so she knew everybody. She knew the ins and outs of everything. She's saying she never knew that Anna could be any much happier until she seen her with baby Charlotte Alice. Now we know that Alice passed, and how did Alice pass? They left her with grandma. Grandma put her in the crib and she went to bed, but she ended up dying. It was crib death, and I guess it's just like suffocation just from laying in the bed or something of that nature. But the grandma didn't have anything to do with it, and throughout the series we were blaming whoever had done something, but it wasn't anybody that did anything wrong. It just is an unfortunate situation. So from there, Anna always wanted to make things better for herself, so she stepped away, and Alice wanted to make things better for her daughter. So this is the twist. After Charlotte passed, she went away for a year. Well, Miss Alice used to go out to the gravesite hoping that she would see her daughter. She used to also watch all of the old tapes. Now, just like clockwork, whenever she would go out there, she seen there was a truck and a car that would always drive by. So on the birthday of Charlotte, she goes out there hoping that she would see Anna. But instead, she sees that same truck and that same car pull off into the woods. Well, the reason Miss Alice started to do what she does because she watched one of the tapes from Anna's 16th birthday party. Now, at this birthday party, remember they showed a piece where Rachel invited some guys over with some alcohol. They had Cat drinking, everyone was drinking, turning up for the birthday, but then this went left and they started to take advantage of Cat. But Anna stops it. They get all the guys off of Cat. Cat gets up and runs away, but she's blaming everybody. Rachel, Zoe, and Helen, they're all sitting on the couch watching. And then it turns to Anna. So then they R-word Anna on her birthday, and it's all recorded. So this is why Miss Alice does what she's about to do. Well, the night of the birthday, she goes out because like clockwork, that same truck and car drives to the woods. And we know that truck is Jack's, that car is Rachel. Well, Miss Alice goes out there. This is the same night that Anna was there when we seen at the end of the first episode. She said she would have told Anna to get on out of there, but Anna left on her own. So what does she do? She gives Rachel a flat tire and she waits and she waits and she waits. And once Jack drives off, the tire is flat on the car. She goes up to Rachel and 40 times she stabs her and cuts her nails off. Yeah, Miss Alice wasn't playing. And then Miss Alice takes off of her blouse and she walks down the street naked. So everyone believes that she's just losing it. She's getting older. She has dementia. We don't know what's wrong with her. We found her naked walking down the middle of the street. Then Helen, guess what? Remember, Miss Alice used to clean up at the school, so she had keys to get into the school, and that's how she went and got Helen. Now you also remember, she's been cleaning up for everyone around the community. Well, she also had the same spare key to Lexy, aka Cat's house. That's how she went and put the fingernails inside the drawer. So Miss Alice has been piecing this together her whole time. A whole year she's been planning on how to do this, and she did it so perfectly that they thought everyone else was doing it, because everyone looks over the old lady that may not be healthy. And we can't forget that she went and got Zoe also. Went all up in the house, stabbed her up, and drowned her too. Miss Alice went and took out the whole damn crew. Not one, not two, not three, but four. All of them got taken out, and that's the love from a mother to a daughter. And that there is how the Harper family was reunited, all because of a determined grandmother who wasn't going to let one fatal night change her daughter's life. That's 6 episodes of His and Hers. All right, there you go. 6 days, 6 episodes, 6 recaps. His and Hers on Netflix. Let me know what you think about that twist. Did you think that Miss Alice had that up her sleeve? And before you answer that, who did you think was catching all of these bodies? And be real, because I thought it was Anna. I didn't think it was Jack for one moment. I thought it was Anna straight up and down. But let me know what you think. I'm MoDIJ. I definitely give this series an 8, an 8.5. That twist, amazing. I told my parents to watch it. They would definitely love this with that twist. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got more Netflix shows on the way. We got a whole 2026 ahead of us. I appreciate you guys. Let's get to 60,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching. I'm out.